What's up everybody, David here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys why you should not use a 720p monitor for recording and mixing music. Now, if you are subscribed to my channel, I did a video kind of about this before when I got my new 1440p monitors, and I just kind of showed what difference resolution makes on your DAW and ways it can improve your workflow. But this video is about something a little more specific, and that is the downfalls of using anything lower than 1080p, most commonly 720p. This is something I've noticed in a couple groups where people are posting pictures of their computer screen showing plugins where part of the plugin is cut off, and they're wondering, hey, how do I see all the plugin? How do I not have to scroll through everything all the time? And the shortest answer is it's because of your resolution. It is too low. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. We're going to be looking at two plugins that I've seen specifically mentioned with these problems. That is Perfect Drums and Get Good Drums Modern and Massive. That is a library inside of Kontakt. So right off the bat, this is what Perfect Drums looks like on a 720p display. Now 1080p. Now 1440p. And all of them next to each other. Now let's take a look at Get Good Drums Modern Massive on 720p as well. Now 1080. Now 1440. Now what you're noticing is that with 720p, part of the plugin is cut off. You can't see everything all on one screen. In Kontakt, you're able to scroll up and down in the library. In Perfect Drums, you can't really do anything. There's no scroll option, so you just actually can't see the bottom of the plugin. You can't see the name of the drums that you're choosing for your kit. But once we go to 1080p and once we go up to 1440p, that solves the problem. You're now able to see 100% of the plugin. The reason for that is because of your resolution. Now, a lot of bigger plugins, especially drum libraries, because they most likely have a very big interface, a lot of them are built off of a baseline of 1080p, meaning you usually need 1080p to see the whole plugin all at once. When you have a 720p resolution and you have a plugin that was built for maybe a 1080p and up display, the problem is that you physically do not have enough resolution in that display to display the whole picture. And there's no getting around that. There's nothing you can do in software that would help. Maybe there's a scaling feature inside of your DAW, I don't know how that works, but usually you're stuck with that resolution. There's nothing you can do to fix it other than getting a higher resolution display to fix the problem. If you're using a laptop, I know some older MacBooks are 720p. Don't forget you can hook up a second monitor. Don't forget you can hook up another TV, another computer monitor. You can get another monitor with a proper resolution to see everything all at once. So you're never really stuck with what you have. A lot of computers have the option of a secondary display, so definitely keep that in mind. Now, in my last video, I went over the benefits of having a bigger monitor, of just being more efficient and seeing more on your display and just having an easier workflow. But that's not the only benefit. As you see here, there are some compatibility issues when you're running a resolution lower than 1080p. It can cause some workflow issues, and it'll just simply cause plugins to not look or work how they should. This is why I think everyone should at least be using a 1080p display minimum, and that's because of these compatibility issues. I see multiple people posting in groups about these plugins in specific, for example, on why they can't see the whole display, why they can't see the whole plugin, and it's because of the resolution. Now, something to keep in mind is these displays go for very cheap on the used market, especially Facebook Marketplace. You can buy a brand new 1080p display for like 70, 80 bucks. You can buy a used one for sometimes 30 to 50. So they're really, really cheap, and I promise you it is a worthwhile investment if you're using a 720p monitor and having trouble seeing all of your plugins and the whole entire plugin all at once. Now, I know part of the issue is people, maybe you need the bigger text. Maybe you cannot read such a small text on like a 1080p display, and the solution to that is just to get a bigger display. Don't be afraid to get a TV if you need it. You can always use a TV and use an HDMI to get a bigger display with a 1080p resolution, but be careful because a lot of these really low-line TVs, like 32-inch, for example, a lot of the really affordable ones are not 1080. You still can find those in 720p, so make sure that if you buy a TV, it is in fact a 1080p display, because if you buy another 720, you're gonna have the exact same problem, just on a bigger display. So make sure you're getting a 1080p resolution there. And that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to say one more time and show an example of why your display that you're using for your production and for your PC makes a difference. I feel like we forget about it a lot because we're so concerned about the gear and the mics and the instruments and everything relating to audio itself. But we forget about the things like displays that make us more efficient, make us work faster, and just make us work easier. As much as display size and resolution is a preference for a lot of people, it can also be a compatibility issue as well for whatever software you're using. So it's definitely something to consider when building your studio, when thinking about upgrading certain parts of your studio, and just in general, it's something to consider when it just makes your life easier. On that note, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are new videos every single week and you don't want to miss any content. Make sure to ring that bell so you get notified when I post new videos. There's some cool stuff coming soon. There's a new song, there's a contest, so make sure you're subscribed to get notified as soon as that happens. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name is David and I will see you next time.